When we find ourselves burying a 14-year-old, it is truly the worst kind of times. But he was only 14 years old when his life was brought to an abrupt end at the hand of a gang of youths. And we should grieve with the family, because we have sons, we have daughters. We are seated here and we're here because it seems to the world today that the life is insignificant or it has no meaning. So could it be that we have become so twisted that we find it difficult even to love ourselves? When the only time that we gather and the only time that we show care, the only time that we show respect is when we are here to bury a young life. We heard from the councillor, Sheffield was proud in one place and in one time. But I questioned that because where Sheffield was actually attacked was outside of his own home. Surely that cannot be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And if that does not show us, if that does not wake us up as a people to realize we need to take a stand now, then none of us are safe. None of our children are safe. You may be sitting here today alongside someone you don't know. You just turn to the next person. Turn to them. Turn to the next person. Say, I'm your neighbor. I mean, this is real. I believe in being real.
I'm your neighbour. I live amongst you. I'm from your manor, from your ends. You would have passed me in your car. I was waiting across the road. You would have seen. You probably didn't notice me, but you would have seen. I was on my way to school. Day one. Big school. That's where it begins. That's the start. There was probably a crowd of us. 11-year-olds growing up. We was going.
Hey, what about that? You cool?
Except we didn't talk like that yet. We were kids, youths, trembling in front of teach.
Oh, you used to pathetic! No, it weren't like that yet. Teach was cool. Just doing the job.
Just didn't work for me. Except at playtime, hey. We still called it playtime! Playtime!
Young people need space, lots of space to contain the energy.
and we don't spend enough time and thought about what kind of space we want to put them in. We usually put them in little boxes, in ugly spaces, dark spaces, no colour and no life.
He's become a teenager.
I want to propose to you that adolescence is a failed 19th century idea.
And, you know, sometimes I ended up being on a train when, like, a lot of teenagers would get out of school and they'd be on a train. And I found myself kind of, like, scared by them. They were just, like, running around, yelling, being real violent, breaking shit.
And end up hanging out, watching junk television, doing drugs, and having sex.
The trouble with teenagers today. The trouble with teenagers today. The trouble with teenagers today.
As cannabis is usually smoked, it hits the brain almost immediately, affecting cannabinoid receptors. In small doses, it induces euphoria, relaxation, and pain relief. But in high doses, it can bring on paranoia and short-term memory. Some scientists have started to explore the links of long-term use of cannabis and psychotoxicity may be linked to psychopath behaviors.
I think it's grand.
I think it's a very hazardous thing to do, to include into the kind of the diet of a young person psychoactive drugs.
Big towns, rough areas.
Teenagers and their bad behaviour. I suppose they only focus on a minority of teenagers, not all of us.
We were all very sympathetic to the baby in the NSPCC posters who've been abused, and we all really feel for that child. And yet often those children are the children who end up growing up, who end up in our prison system, who end up committing crime against us. And yet during that journey we seem to have lost all our empathy, and we want to punish them, and yet when they were young, when they were children, we want to save them, we want to help them, but we seem to have lost that link, and we end up hating them and despising them.
You see? The estates are rough. I mean, people struggle with money around here, and kids getting 12 or 13, well, they can only see one option. See? The place is mostly split between two types of people. Normal people getting on with their day-to-day business, and the crew, those guys. Those guys are the ones that drive nice cars, wear the fresher cars. There's no way they're scraping by off benefits. See? None of my kids were managed to begin with. But then, one night we went to some party in another estate and a couple of heads came at us and started firing at us. No one got hurt that night, but chased a lot of my friends that night. Some carried knives. Some even carried guns. Not me though, not me. Could you see me? When I grow up, I'm gonna be a... Wait. You don't care what I wanna be when I grow up? Hey, yo, Dad! Here, old Rickies!
My dad will come in so drunk that he'll stagger up the stairs, collapse in bed and go straight off to sleep. A bad night means he'll come in drunk enough to be real angry, yet sober enough to stay awake long enough to give even me or my brother a beating. Sometimes my brother gets it bad, but I can take it. I love him. Well, you do, don't you? He's our dad. I think he loves me.
Selling weed, they've got guns, I've seen them.
Well, every child should have the right to reach their own individual potential. We shouldn't be raising barriers and putting in ceilings. Let them show us how far they can reach.
They're not bad boys, these dropouts. You can't put all the blame on the individual pupil or his family, or on our schools, or on our economic or our social system. Dropouts, educators have found, just don't happen overnight. They take years to develop. Most of them do have parents who feel they are economic and social failures, who never read a book, who consider school a necessary nuisance, a waste of time. A teacher just isn't able to spend enough time on a 5th grade boy who can't read. So by the age of 10, Joe was already starting to become a failure in terms of the school situation. He didn't like the kids who showed him up so easily. He didn't like teachers who seemed bent on making a fool of him. A small boy is not unaware of our pressures to have, to get, to own things. In church, in newspapers, on television screens, juvenile delinquency and character breakdown are deplored. But on the street, in every town, we are hawking the tawdry wares of mysterious paradise. And no one is selling patience, hard work, higher values, let alone forbearance.
The school is sorry to inform you that your son has been permanently excluded from the school. school in line with the governor's disciplinary procedures and policy. Details enclosed. This permanent exclusion step has not been taken lightly and is in response to the continuous breach of school discipline demonstrated by your son and his persistent disruptive behaviour, which puts the safety of pupils and staff at significant risk. The school feels that it has gone through every single procedure possible on the way to making this decision, including temporary and fixed-term exclusion. Although your son's education now becomes the authority's responsibility, we do not hold out a great deal of hope for alternative mainstream provision. We enclose a copy of the appeals procedure should you wish to pursue that route. All communication about this issue must now go through the local authority. We cannot accept or respond to any direct contact. 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 Contact.
From like just being hanging around together, and then we start, we got things in common. So 3 of us smoke and maybe 2 don't. But we've accepted the 2 don't for not smoking, so they're cool. The 2 that don't smoke have accepted us for smokers. Then say we might start raving together, and then as you're raving together, the love becomes more close. You've got things in common. Then we might do like a robbery together.
It's cool, won't do me, I will see who succeeds in this. Games for the dangerous, bear traps and pitfalls, forget school. I'm alone in this world. Right now the game's one hell of a girl, with a hell of a look and a hell of a feel, man. I'll jump on that bad wagon as fast as I can. I want the master plan, ask the man, then they'll tell you. My other plans fell through, so right now, soon to get the call from the off license, I'll tell you. You really expect me to do nothing on my high school rejects? Kicked out of school because I weren't perfect, so I'm prefect. It's ironic actually. School sit and walk me, now the fence can't catch me. People say a conscience is spiritual disturbance. One form of conscience is non-existent. The violence is an unjust use of force of power. As I violate a numbers, rights for getting robbed and pushed about. Is that right? From the pavements to street lights, I've got streets to breathe from, dodging 9 strikes. I see, so I do. I'm a keeper, my error is to teach and do. It taught me move, I can stick to move. So come on, shirts and ties, teach me about life. I want to protect myself, so I pick up a knife. If you step on my trainers, it's just a roll of dice. Got that thing in my pocket, I'll have to think twice.
That's how it happens. So that person who Rob might carry along, who doesn't normally carry a knife, but we all carry knives now. So then they just pick up a knife as everyday life, and that becomes the norm. They just pick up a knife as everyday life, and that becomes the norm.
In my room, in my mirror, I listen to hip-hop. Real hip-hop, they call it D-Block. 50 years of you, they don't pick up the strap. Now I'm gangsta what? Strap is straight hip-hop. No margin, no gap, I'm proving. It's more than just music, it's not music, my team, I have to use it. But I'm not in the end, they just won't believe me. I listen to hip-hop, so I gotta be breathing. I listen to rap, cause it's what fulfills me, yo, it's the truthing. So lyrically, and gradually, I know the words in the song, so when my artist says to do it, then it can't be wrong. If he says hit the rock, I'ma hit the rock. He says ride till I'm done, I'ma ride till I'm done. Hands low, check the swag, I'm on the gun.
And also then, so you're doing that because you're going to get a result, and you need to get that result to wake up tomorrow.
Sometimes you just get bored, innit? Sitting around smoking weed all day. Then someone comes past and you think, why not? Man's tooled up, you get me? Hey fam, hey, what you doing in my age, blood? Hey man will mess you up, you get me? You know what I'm saying?
Hear this, bruv. I was walking past our bus stop the other day when this waste man gave me a screw face.
What, this waste man give you a screw face at our bus stop?
Yeah, at our bus stop, this waste man giving me a screw face.
What happened?
Blood. He was sat there like this.
Looking at me like that? What? He was sat there like this?
sat there like this, looking at me like that. Who would you think you're looking at?
Them.
Bruv, he looked away, bruv.
He looked away?
He looked, that's disrespect,
That disrespect,
bruv. Shook one, bruv.
Shook one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, waste man. Sat there like this, looking at me like that. They're looking away, acting all shook. Who would you think you're doing? You know what he did, man?
What did he do?
He looked back in my face again, bro.
He looked in your face again, bro.
That's disrespect.
That's disrespect, cuz.
I was like, oi, waste man. Sat there like this, looking at me like that. They're looking away, acting all shook. They're looking back in my face. Do you know what? Do you know what I told him to move over it?
Hey, but I hope he moved over quick, you know.
Yeah, he moved quickly into your seat, bro.
What? You moved into my seat? Hey, blood, I hope you told him that slummy seat, you know.
No, don't worry, I was like, bro, that's slummy seat, bro.
Slummy seat.
Disrespect, bro.
Disrespect, cuz. Them one.
Bro. He talks.
He talks? Shut up! What happened?
He was like, I don't want no trouble. I'm just waiting to get on the bus.
Waiting to get on the bus? Just waiting to get on the bus?
Waiting to get on the bus. Why would he be at a bus stop if not to get on the... He's trying to burn me off, isn't he?
He's trying to take you for a play, fam. Hey, let me get this straight. So first my man's sitting like this, looking at you like that. Then my man's getting up and changing places. And what did you do to him, fam?
You have been convicted of aggravated assault. We are going to give you a custodial sentence, a 6-month detention and training order. This means you will be sent to prison, a young offender institute, for 3 months, then released. The final 3 months will be in the community undertaking supervision, training and resettlement. If you commit any further offences during this last 3 months or breach any of the requirements, you can be sent back to prison. Do you understand? Please take him down to the cells.
Boy, she was inside, man to be fighting over that. There's nothing else to do in there but push
weights and that weight and picked and taken that. Yo, where's slums here? Nah, you chatting crap. I ain't believing that. Call the man them ASAP and let's get back on track. Back to where we was before. I need a loose thing, no stress yet. You know what, the chick could even be yours. Where's the food, blood? I'm feeling for a blaze. And boy, it's been a while since I've been to a rave. So what? When we linking up?
There was more happy and more love when we was younger, and there would be more of an incident to make someone become angry. Whereas now, there's not have to be an incident to just angry, if you know what I'm saying. Like they're more aggressive, they're more hungry to make money from a younger age. They got this need of wanting to be hard from early. And then, so like a 7-year-old ain't happy, so he's not having it from a 9-year-old.
It could start from anywhere. It could start from being bullied, and as you said, it could be problems from when they were younger, and they're just lashing out because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to speak, they don't know how to communicate. So this is one way that they will express themselves. They'll carry a knife, they'll start hanging around with other people that carry knives, and they'll start doing certain activities because that's the way they express themselves. And the ones that do the worst, that stab people, that do the worst, they will climb to the top of their social group because they will praise. They will praise, and that's their way of feeling like they are a part of something. So that's one way how it can escalate into different avenues and different levels.
The social engineering of the people at the top of the pile, the rich people, the people that go to private schools and end up being bankers and earning loads of money, is as fine-tuned as the social engineering of the people at the bottom of the pile. The poor people, the people that end up in our prison system, the people who get addicted to drugs and who have mental health problems. And yet we don't seem to realise this. We are actually manufacturing social failure.
My house. Same as all the others. Except, Mum treats it like a palace or something. Take off your shoes, hang up your coat, Very annoying, fam. You're annoying, fam. Too shit. Bare vexed when people from the other estate for rubbish in the front wall. She calls our front garden a little shop window for our family to enjoy. I get annoyed because she gets annoyed. Dad says not to let her bother me. They only get me in trouble. He's good like that. Helps me stay focused. Anyway, I best be off. I got a... Oh, wait!
I remember the phone call in the middle of the night. Which hospital? Where? The world around me became unreal. Suddenly, I was 16 again. The age I was when he was born. But now, I was 16 without a future. I've been robbed of his future, and with his went mine. I remember his birth, feet first kicking hard out into the world. I remember laying him on the floor when 4 months old, encouraging him to crawl. I remember sleepless nights and early mornings, watching TV or a cartoon whilst he was happily playing on the carpet. I remember his first school teacher telling me he can get far, but my God, he'll need pushing. I remember his first guitar at 7 and his joy when he could play his first tune. I remember his first love at 13 when his hands were stroking his girlfriend's long hair whilst his gaze never left her face. Every morning as I stare out the window, I see the trees in the sunshine or the rain, birds leaving or coming back to nest. Tears are streaming, and I feel as if a heavy weight bears down on me. It requires a huge effort to shift my thoughts into some kind of gear to start the day. Another empty day without him. Another attempt to carry on with life in a normal fashion in this callous world which demands from us to survive.
just about tinkering around at the edges and just building yet another youth club in a local area. We need a radical rethink. We have to take young people's experiences seriously. We have got to stop demonising and fearing them, and we have to put them really high up the agenda, because children and young people are our future.
I said him! Do you know what I'm saying? I said him!
Hello everyone. As you're all aware, I'm here to facilitate this meeting. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. We're here to discuss the incident that happened. Although this happened 3 years ago, it's important that we discuss the facts as openly and honestly as possible. If you can, I'd like to be thinking about these questions. Who has been affected by this incident? How were they affected? What were you thinking at the time? How did you feel at the time? How have you felt about this since? How else were you affected? What was the hardest thing for you? Has anyone else been affected? Who else has been affected? How do you feel about what happened now?
And so they're carrying the future, and I think we're forgetting it. They're carrying the vision of the future. And I don't think we as adults are ready to move over and give them enough space yet, or give them the opportunity to see where they would go. I don't know if it's because we're afraid. What can we say to our young people? Well, our vision for them is one that they would live long. If we can get across to them that getting older is wonderful, and having that wonderful experience, and that at every point they have a place, and we can't lose them. It's really important. We cannot lose the young people. We can't lose one.
What?
How have you felt about it since? How else were you affected? What was the hardest thing for you? Has anyone else been affected? Who else has been affected? How do you feel about what happened now?
When a mother gives birth, she has no time to fill the empty womb, because a new life fills that emptiness. When a mother loses a child, a new emptiness appears, which can never be filled again. I feel for all the mothers whose lives will never be the same again, whose pain I know will never disappear.
I'd like to be thinking about these questions. Who has been affected by this incident? How were they affected? What were you thinking at the time? How did you feel at the time? How have you felt about it since? How else were you affected? What was the hardest thing for you? Has anyone else been affected? Who else has been affected? How do you feel about what happened now?
Stabbings are a disease, just like meningitis. Simply, they have a who, a how, a why, and a when. And frankly, it's up to all of us to get to the bottom of those to deal with it.
has been affected by this incident.
You may be sitting here today with a lot